Hey there, my name is Clay Andrews, and I am the world's leading breakup and dating coach for high-achieving men over here at datingbravely.com. And if you're here, you're probably going through a breakup and you need a little bit of help on how to deal with that. And I want you to know that I get it. I know what it's like. You know, I've been there myself. I've gone through the pain of having my heart ripped out by a woman that I thought would be there for me through this journey of life. You know, me and my ex, we spent 7 years together. We actually met in high school, and when I was 23, back in 2006, we actually ended up breaking up. And you know, it wasn't the first breakup we had. We did the whole breakup, get back together thing a few times, and you know, that's how I've helped people in the past, you know, get back together with their exes. But you know, this video is for people who want to like move on and close that chapter of their life and open up a new chapter, really. And that's kind of where I was at in 2006. You know, I still remember what it was like hanging up that phone after talking with my ex for the last time, when she was like, yeah, we need to break up. And you know, there were tears running down my face. I hung up my phone that last time and entered into like one of the loneliest moments of my life. I realized I had only one friend in the world, and he lived about a 2-hour drive away because he was going to school in some little college town far away from the city. And it was a really dark period in my life initially, but you know, thankfully I managed to turn that really dark breakup into a really positive experience, a really positive thing in my life. In fact, I now look at it as one of the most positive experiences in my life, one of the best things that could have happened to me. And I want to help you turn your breakup into that kind of thing too. Whether it's, you know, a breakup, maybe it's your first breakup, maybe you're going through a divorce or something like that. And I want to turn this into a very positive experience for you, no matter what circumstances may have led you to this video. And first of all, I want you to know that I've been there. I've told you a little bit about my story, but you know, after that breakup, I really did feel really lousy. The next couple of weeks were really hard. I had a lot of emotions coming up. I actually had to get up from my desk at work several times throughout the day and hide out in the men's room to just kind of cry in a bathroom stall. It's not a really manly thing to admit, but it's absolutely true. And you know, I want you to know that I've been there. I've been through that pain. And I want you to know that there is another side, and I'm going to hopefully share with you some tips that'll help you kind of get to that other side, okay? The first thing I want you to focus on is really getting rid of those painful emotions from the breakup. You know, oftentimes you feel a little bit hopeless, you feel rejected, you feel maybe a little uncertain about the future, wondering, you know, where you went wrong, what you could have done differently, all that stuff. And, you know, maybe you just need to cry for a few weeks or a few days to kind of work out that pain, work through that pain. That's absolutely okay. I know I absolutely did that myself. And you know, all you want to do is like really kind of get through that pain, really fully express it, right? A lot of times people will try and go into a rebound relationship, but I don't want you to do that, because that's really not fair for the girl. That's not fair for her to think that she's getting this relationship with this new guy, but he only brings like a bunch of baggage and repressed emotions and stuff, and it's just going to blow up the relationship later. So don't do that. It's not really a healthy way to deal with the emotions. And you know, don't just kind of like stuff them down either, because that's just going to turn you into like a bitter, sort of resentful guy down the road. You know, one of those guys that you maybe see on some other corners of the internet, who's just like against all women, who's like, all women want is a guy with money, women just want to abuse you, women only want jerks, women only like want assholes, right? Like, I don't want you to turn into one of those bitter guys. I want you to like really be the kind of guy who genuinely loves women, who can like date the kind of women that he wants, whether that's one woman or whether that's many women. I want you to have that kind of life. But if you're going to have that life, you really need to kind of let go of a lot of the pain and pain and agony from the breakup. Otherwise, it's going to turn into resentment and bitterness down the road. The second thing I'd like you to focus on is once that's all done, right, I want you to learn how to actually attract women, right? There's a lot that can be said about that. I don't know, maybe some people watching this video already know how to do that. Maybe some don't know how to do that, but you know, you can actually go out there and learn how to attract women. I know that when I went through my breakup, back in 2006, that was actually something that I needed to learn because, I met my ex in high school and I didn't know how to meet women out in the real world. I didn't know how to like attract women. It had been like 7 years, and the weird, game, if you can call it that I had when I was a 16-year-old junior in high school was absolutely not going to work out in the real world. So you may need to go out there and learn how to attract women. And that's definitely something that we'll help you with over here at datingbravely.com. But if that's something you need to work on, absolutely do that. This is maybe a little bit less important for men than it is for women, but the next thing I'd like you to do is to also work on expanding your social circle. This is the third thing. Work on expanding your social circle so that you have more friends, more people that you can kind of surround yourself with in your life. I know that a lot of people, a lot of guys, when they end up in a relationship with a woman, they kind of form what's called a fused relationship where they use their partner to kind of complete themselves, right? They look to their girlfriend or their wife or whatever as the source of their social connection, their bonding, their camaraderie, they're doing things with, that they kind of like let their friendships and other things like go, right? But then when they go through that breakup or that divorce, it's like suddenly that other person is gone and they just feel like half of a person, right? And so I don't want that to happen to you again. So what you're going to have to do if you kind of let yourself go that way is you're going to have to rebuild that full life around you, that full social circle around you, so that you do have people who are going to be able to pull you out of dark moods. Like if you're just maybe you're going through a really bad week or something like that and you're feeling really bad about your breakup. I want you to be able to have people in your life who are going to call you up on Friday or Saturday and really kind of make you get out of the house and go do things out in the real world, so that you're not just kind of stewing in negative emotions all day. The next thing I'd like you to work on is building better relationship skills in general. The relationship you had with your ex, it probably ended for one reason or other. I know it might have seemed like a small thing, like there are people we've worked in the past who was like, oh, well, my ex broke up with me because of some Facebook thing I posted on the internet. But it probably wasn't really about like the Facebook thing. There were probably like kind of cracks going on beneath the surface, insecurity, trust issues and stuff like that. And it was just like the Facebook thing that kind of broke the camel's back, if you know what I mean. So work on your relationship skills, because I imagine that, there might be a time when you want to go out and date like a bunch of women and stuff like that. I know that's something that I kind of enjoyed from my past. But I don't think that you as a guy want to kind of be at the end of your life looking back and not having like, a solid woman who's there for you by your side, right? I think you probably want to have a relationship sooner or later, whatever form that may take for you. But I think you probably do want to have a good relationship with a woman at some point. So that is why it's important to learn relationship skills. Whether you do want to commit a relationship right now, or maybe you do want to date around, that's absolutely fine either way. But you want to look at your past relationship that ended in that breakup and ask yourself, why did it happen that way? For me, it was I didn't know my own values at the time. I didn't know when to walk away. I didn't know how to communicate boundaries. There were like so many things that I didn't know because it was like my first real serious relationship. I met my ex in high school, and so learn what you need to do in order to have a great relationship. That's what we worked with our clients in the past, whether they were getting back together with their ex or trying to, go through the breakups and meet new women out there in the real world and stuff like that. You want to work on your relating skills, the way that you're able to interact and relate with other people. This goes kind of beyond just the mere attraction stuff and going into like how you connect, how you bond, how you communicate with people, how you're able to handle conflict and stuff like that. More so than just kind of mere attraction. So definitely work on that kind of stuff as well. The next thing that I'd like you to focus on is to work on building a better life for yourself. Oftentimes what happens is people just don't really have a good focus on life. And as a guy, this is really going to help you a lot when it comes to kind of attracting the kind of women that you probably want into your life later on once you're ready to get out there and start dating again. Is to really have like focus in your life, have a passion that you're going towards, have like a mission that you're on. And maybe you're like, well, I'm just a guy. Like, what kind of mission am I going to go on? I'm not going to change the world or anything. And first of all, that's kind of a limiting belief right there. I used to be just a guy with like a white collar job and everything like that before I started helping people, hopefully like I'm helping with you right now with this video through the internet. And now it's my mission to help people like you, to help guys like you learn how to have the kind of relationship that you want in life. And so, that's kind of my mission, and it kind of took me from my white collar life that I used to live before. And, maybe you don't know what that is right now, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. You don't have to know the whole path right now. Just go with maybe what feels right to you right now, and find something to get excited about. Find something to go after with all of your heart. And, maybe that's like a hobby of yours. Maybe that's a sport. Maybe that's artwork or photography, or maybe it's starting a business, or maybe it's doing, whatever it might be. But just kind of get started, and maybe you'll discover that maybe that thing isn't for you, or maybe it really is, in which case double down on it. If it's not, then try something else out, and eventually you'll find something that is something that really gets you fired up and gets you excited and gets you passionate, okay? Other than that, just get the rest of your life in order. Like if you need to pay down debt, go ahead and do that. If you, maybe let yourself go a little bit physically when you were together with your ex, then now is the time to start getting in shape. Not necessarily just to attract women, because there are other much more higher leverage things that you can do to attract women than have like a chiseled body. It definitely doesn't hurt to have a body that's in good shape, because again, how you take care of your body is kind of indicative to how you value yourself. If you just eat crappy junk food all day, what does that say about how you value yourself? If you, don't exercise and you let yourself go and get unhealthy, then what does that say about how you value yourself, right? So I'm not saying you have to look like, Brad Pitt in Fight Club or some sort of like chiseled Greek god or anything. But just kind of take care of yourself. Do the best you can with what you've got. Get yourself out there. Do some exercise if you need to. Eat right if you need to. But take care of yourself, because it's going to show in how you kind of project yourself out to the world, to other people, to women that you might be meeting, etc. It's going to show how you value yourself, okay? So definitely focus on that too. Obviously get anything else in your life taken care of. Pay down the debt. Get any sort of like weird financial stuff taken care of, take care of your health, all of that stuff. And the last thing that I want to really advise you to focus on is just kind of get your own emotional world kind of taken care of. We kind of talked about how to like really kind of let go of the pain of the breakup, but there's probably also some other emotional things going on too that maybe aren't so much related to like the sting of the breakup, that might be like, neediness or jealousy or something like that. So, once you can get those things kind of handled, you'll be able to kind of bring yourself into your next relationship, into your next kind of, experience with a girl, if you don't want to necessarily call it a relationship, if you're just kind of dating or something like that. That way you'll be able to bring yourself in a much better way to that woman in the future, okay? So if you need to, like if you've been through a lot of really hard stuff in your life, like childhood trauma or something, maybe you need to see a psychologist or a therapist or a coach or something like that to really work through those things. But if it's just small things, maybe that's something that you can deal with on your own through reading books or going through, personal development programs or something like that. That's definitely stuff I've had to work on in the past too, like insecurity, shyness, stuff like that. But you can absolutely kind of, work on these things and kind of get better, so that when you do see that great girl, that like girl that's just the right woman for you, you'll be able to really bring the best of yourself to her, so that you'll be able to really attract her, to get her attention, get her to want to spend time with you. And if you are looking for commitment, get her to commit to you, right? You want to be able to have really the best of yourself out there, because again, she's probably not just going to want to be with some guy. Like, she wants to be with the right kind of guy, right? So I want you to do the best that you can do to be the right kind of guy for her. Not just for her, but also for you too, right? I want you to actually give a damn about your own life enough to want to, actually really take care of yourself and really be the best person that you can be. So again, I hope this has helped you kind of get your head on maybe a little bit straighter, hopefully give you a little bit of advice on how to get over this breakup or divorce or whatever that you're going through. And, if you're on YouTube, then head over to datingbravely.com. And if you're already on datingbravely.com, then welcome to Dating Bravely. And I hope this website is useful for you, and I look forward to helping you more through this website and in the weeks and months ahead get the kind of dating and love life that you're looking for. Okay, so this has been Clay, and I'll talk to you later.